Stop scrolling, my kid. I purposefully brought you here. Heaven leaned in as soon as your gaze came to rest here. Because I, the Lord your God, have an important message that I must send directly to your spirit. Not only is this wonderful news, this is your affirmation. Through storms, quiet, and every instant you believed I wasn't paying attention, I have orchestrated this moment behind the scenes, and now I am talking to you personally. You dare not click away. Don't handle this as one more voice among the cacophony. This word has a lot of weight. It contains solutions. It contains the pivotal moment your soul has been secretly pleading for. Thus, listen with an open heart. Watch as if it were essential to your breakthrough, because it is. I am calling for a sacred quiet in this time, my dear child, even if everything around you may be whirling right now, demanding distractions and emotions crowding in from every direction. Because this is more than simply a word or another encouraging statement floating beyond your tired eyes. I am your Father, your Creator, your Redeemer, and I am directly addressing the sensitive areas of your soul that have yearned to be recognized and understood without needing to provide an explanation. There is a reason for this wait. It's divine time. I have focused all of heaven's attention on this very moment in your narrative. It was my orchestration, not curiosity or regularity, that drew you here. The Spirit has a frequency that only your heart can sense, and that resulted in you are in the midst of my presence, right here, in the middle of my speech. UV questioned whether UV missed me. UV wondered if my goodness has reached your address after looking at other people's lives. However, I can assure you that heaven has not overlooked you. I have inscribed your name in gold and chiseled this moment into the timeless timeline. It was exclusively for you. This was not a bulk mail that I sent. I conveyed it as a pulse, a deliberate personal rhythm that corresponds with the rhythm of your soul when it weeps by itself. I have witnessed your devastated silence at every turn. Ivy stood in the shadows of your most profound inquiries. Lean in, I say now. Avoid scrolling past me. This holy voice is not like any other wave on the shore, because I have the ability to change more than just your feelings with what I am doing to you now. It has the ability to change your course in life. For a moment, this is uncomfortable. For a moment, this is confirmation. I want you to comprehend something sacred. You are not by chance. Furthermore, it is not a coincidence that you are hearing me. You had no idea why the atmosphere around you had been disturbed for days or perhaps weeks. However, Ivy been softly pressing, hoping that your spirit will discover me in a new way once more. You couldn't name the urgency, that abrupt attraction, to the invisible. That was me whispering through your fatigue and breathing through your inquiries. I am not just offering you more encouragement, which is why I am asking you to take a moment. I am bringing you into line with the positive news that has already been made public. UV requested a breakthrough. But what I am doing right now, kid, goes beyond a breakthrough. It's giving birth. Something that has been developing in the invisible worlds is what I am bringing into your life. Watered by your tears, nourished by your trust, and shielded by my angels as you slept through storms. Let me be clear. I didn't let you endure what you did in order for you to go back to your regular life. I kept you safe for this exact moment, when my grandeur would start to emerge from the ashes of everything you believed to be over. This isn't a coincidence. Restoration is what this is. Here I am upholding my vow, not only with your prayers but also with your destiny, your mission, and your lineage. The words you murmured to me when you were too weak to believe them aloud are still fresh in my memory. When the fire surrounding you attempted to smother all hope, I witnessed the glimmer of faith that persisted. The God who remembers is me. The God of restoration is me. I am the God who breaks the flow of time to allow a person's heart to be surrendered. You are here for that reason. I am speaking now because of this, since the heavens are moving, and the wonderful news you've been waiting for is now at your door. Let it open wide. There's more to this stop. It is revered. The message is here. It is written in love, sealed with the signature of the person who has never left your side and covered in my splendor. Do you genuinely believe that this is a typical moment? Do you believe that this interaction was informal, positioned in your day like any other inspiring moment? Yes, this moment was woven into the fabric of time before time even existed. I didn't let you fall. I set you up to come. This exact divine alignment included every breath you've taken, every apparently pointless move you've taken, every delay, every detour, and even the heartbreaks you didn't comprehend. I am aware that there were moments when you wondered if there was a reason to your suffering, if your journey had a direction, or if the tumult had obscured your prayers. But now listen to me. I never forgot about you. Not even for a moment. I was divinely directing a crescendo of convergence that culminates here, while you were doubting your steps. This is not our time to be careless. The heavens leaned low at this exact moment, and particularly for you, I, your God, unlocked something that had been kept in holy anticipation. Not a second too soon either. I didn't merely arrange your destination. You see, I did not travel with you. And because I have an intense love for you, treasures that could only be uncovered by trust and surrender are embedded in your timeline. You questioned why I continued to wait. Why the breakthrough seemed unattainable. It wasn't a penalty. It was getting ready. For this hour, I was strengthening you to bear the burden of what I had concealed. I will not be releasing a small amount of encouragement. It's a flood of satisfaction. It's not a bit of solace. It's a glorious feast. The good news is that this divine revelation is unique. Your name is imprinted on it, your obedience is interwoven, and your resilience is woven throughout. Since no one else could carry what I am putting in your spirit, I didn't entrust this moment to anybody else. It is possible that other people have arrived at this intersection and passed it. However, you didn't. You in charge, you observed. In a world that had hardened, you remained sensitive. I now provide the blessing for that. IV protected it like a priceless gem. My dear, pay close attention, since this is where it becomes sacred. Some divine deliveries need a trumpet blast, while others are wrapped in quiet by heaven. Both are carried by this one. It was created in secret, locked in silence, and started in the hush. However, it now has a thundering shift. It's coming with roar that shakes foundations, not just for show. In the middle of your suffering, I sent angels to deliver what I wrote. What you once believed would be delayed indefinitely is now pulsating with urgency. This interaction is an invitation for you to crack open the packaging. You won't have to work for it. You've already put up with it. You desired to provide a performance for it. For that, you were saved. Furthermore, I am not merely releasing a blessing. I am releasing a live promise, a breakthrough that breathes. Allow that to settle into your soul. The wonderful news didn't arrive gradually. I realized that your spirit was at last prepared to take what I had been withholding, so it came as a surprise, for you, not from you. Hold still for a while longer, kid. The extent of the shift to the right cannot be hurried at this time. I am aligning bits that have existed in various phases of your life, places of beauty and brokenness, pieces of suffering and parts of serenity, and weaving them into a single, seamless reveal. Your obedience and my orchestration collide in a moment of unchangeable favor. It's hardly a coincidence that your chest feels suddenly lighter. It's the release of pressure. It's more than just a feeling, that sacred stirring in your spirit. Heaven is making an announcement. You exactly on schedule, you never lagged behind. I was holding you back like an arrow with the goal of releasing you into precise fulfillment right now. There are no restrictions, no small print, and simply love in this fantastic news. I held it till the moment was filled with splendor. And now, as your Father as well as your God, I give it to you. Accept it. My dear child, this is yours. I'll investigate the locations you've concealed, the silent pain that lies beneath your everyday fortitude, the weight that you've learnt to carry so skillfully that you forgot how painful it still is. I've seen your soul sigh and you smile. I have witnessed you soothe others while your own soul aches for solace. On certain nights when you rested your head on the pillow, your body failed before your heart. Too tired to weep, too numb to pray, and too doubtful that anything would change. But now pay attention to me. There was not a single tear wasted. I never once vanished into thin air. I have documented every murmur, every want. With each shaky breath, there is a chance that hope might exist. I was still able to see you. Yes, I did. And I do. The quiet you experienced was not an indication that I was not there. It was the respectful silence that preceded the release. You weren't ignored by me. I was protecting something for you that the adversary couldn't interfere with. Heaven hasn't slept. I've been watching with heavenly fervor. Let me put it plainly. I witnessed everything. The prayers you failed to complete. Your trembling hands and cracked voices were acts of worship. The faith you summoned on days when uncertainty was more prevalent. When you felt like an unseen, unheard, and misinterpreted ghost moving through your own existence. I was there, following every thought and holding every cry. Your chest pain turned into an altar, and I was given it as holy incense. And kid, I now react with strength because you dare to believe despite breaking. As I speak, a change is taking place, one that flips the stillness, one that brings your long-buried dreams back to life. The future is not a token blessing. Heaven's whole reaction to your secret faith is this. Tears become testimony during this time of year. I refuse to allow the burden you bore be in vain. I am reacting out of covenant rather than sympathy. And I never forget when I make a covenant. This is a personal answer, it's personal. Your breakthrough wasn't assigned by me. I didn't designate a helper to get into your egg. Your heartbreak is not as heavy as what I brought with me when I came myself, is drenched in the splendor of success. I am mending wounds that no one can see. No one knew that Aries was bleeding when I touched them. I am talking into a years-long silence. This is not a typical moment, it is a highly personalized miracle. The pain that stopped you is going to stop itself, and I am putting revelation, peace and laughter in its place. Every season you thought I had forgotten will be addressed by the breakthrough I am releasing. Every unseen sacrifice will be validated by it. Indeed, it will put an end to all lies that tell you, I am done with you. I was never completed. I was never far away. I was creating. Now take a breath. Let the tears flow from the sudden realization that I never left rather than from pain. Allow the walls to collapse. Allow the quiet to break. This is your time. Heaven is leaning in here, not with condemnation but with joy. You survived the wondering, the crying, and the waiting. And now I have good news that will transform not only your circumstances but also who you are. You are not forgotten. You are given preference, you are not the left behind. The appointed person is you. It wasn't you who was overlooked. The person who was reserved was you. The heavens now proclaim with resounding joy, my child. The pain has been alleviated. I want you to hear this not just with your ears but also with your soul. I refer to what you considered detours as heavenly detainment. I refer to what you call delay as design. I am aware that you feel deceived by time. I am aware that every door you knocked on looked to be barred. All of your prayers were answered in silence. But I was what you couldn't see protecting you. There were times when you were just inches away from entering something your heart desired, but your soul wasn't prepared to contain it. These moments occurred beneath the surface, beyond your senses and behind the curtain of time. On the outside, certain connections, chances, and platforms appeared ideal, but on the inside they were full of hidden traps. I wasn't punishing you by blocking you. I blocked you in order to keep you safe. I pulled you back to protect you rather than to punish you. I postponed the dream in order to fulfill it completely rather than to undermine your faith. Imagine receiving a precious present that was expertly crafted for your fingerprint, sealed with heaven's signature, wrapped with precision and delivered prematurely while your hands were still exhausted from combat. Could you have identified it? Would you have treasured it? No, sweetheart. I have been carefully growing your spirit so that it can bear the blessing without shattering you, because I am aware of the weight of your destiny. For this reason, in addition to but on purpose, I was defending the beauty I had been creating for your life. Beauty that should not be hurried. I was finishing up what you couldn't see. I was talking to angels as you questioned the quiet. I was speaking orders into atmospheres on your behalf while you sobbed over what seemed like pointless waiting. But it appeared that loss was simply latency, since what I am going to release cannot be delivered too soon. It was wary, moaning, and now it's prepared. You are too. Why not now, you shouted out, not in volume but in vision was my response. When you could only see today, I could see 10 steps ahead. On the other side of the door you pleaded with me to open, I could feel the weight of pressure. I witnessed the discussions taking place in secret spaces, the aims concealed by flattery and the ensuing uncertainty. I never said yes. I shielded you from distraction as well as danger, not only from adversaries but also from the people involved in your task. Your postponement wasn't denial, it was divine. Your wait wasn't a penalty for being well prepared. The moment has now come. I held the locks shut, but now they are coming free. The long-awaited yes is now showing up. But it's not just any yes, it's my yes. The uncompromising yes that wins favor. Yes that creates a foundation beneath your feet rather than merely opening a door. There was no dead time throughout the wait. Walking bravely into the future was a sacred approach. Don't hesitate any longer. No longer feel guilty about what did not occur when you believed it or two. You weren't running late. You were being guided with affection. My plans don't follow human schedules. Beyond them, they burst. I also don't just catch up to you as I move. What was kept in reserve is accelerated. Anticipate a release that will make up for years of feeling stuck, since it will be so full, fertile, and furious. Anticipate a favor that will kick doors off their hinges rather than just open them. Anticipate heavenly timing that appears abrupt but was actually cooked slowly in heaven's oven. My child, this is the reward for having faith in someone you didn't comprehend. It starts now. Allow me to transport you back to the times you believed I missed. Through quivering lips the prayers were whispered. At 3 in the morning they were saturated in tears when you were at a loss for what to ask for. The cries are hushed. The ideas you were unable to put into words, I managed to capture them all. I heard every word, every moan of your soul, every unbearable pain that was incomprehensible. You believed that some of their prayers had disappeared into the night, lost in grief. However, not with me. I never lose a word that comes from a heart that has been surrendered. I really engraved them. I engraved them into the vault of eternity. I started making movements in the invisible while you continued on, not knowing if anything would come of it. These movements were so complex, precise, and intimate that only heaven's artistry could hold them. You have prayed for years, and suddenly there are answers on the way. Requests you made when you were younger, more innocent, more before life attempted to crush your courage. You were full of optimism. I didn't forget them, but you might have. I respected your confidence. I waited for the fullness of time to bring those petitions to pass, sealing them in my glory. In fact, I used some of the elements you considered vital to unlock your upcoming season. Some of the desperate statements you made were interpreted as statements of fate. I didn't require flawless faith or perfect growth. Honesty was what I needed. And each and every ounce your candor turned into a seed in my garden. The harvest is not just around the corner, child. It's in full bloom already. You're going to pass across fields that you didn't realize you planted. Give this time to settle in your heart. Heaven doesn't remove anything. I don't ignore your desperation. I don't ignore your desire. With reverence, I archive your intercession. I respected your depth, even though some around you could have disregarded it. I kept your suffering alive while others forgot it. To change you, not to punish you. The rationale behind my permitting it wasn't because your prayers were ineffective that there was silence for a while. I did this because I wanted to increase their impact. The dam is currently collapsing. You will start to experience tangible emotions as well, responses that come up in discussions. You didn't start provision that appears without justification. Alignment occurs in ways that are not predictable by reasoning. This is the result of your unanswered prayers, and I am returning them to you as symbols of my fidelity rather than as recollections of suffering. Do not ever fall for the deception that I am neglecting you, my dear. Your faith was noted even if your words stumbled. Your faith was heavy in the heavens even when your tone faltered. With a cracked confidence you prayed, and I responded to your covert actions with a covenant. I am finally making myself visible. I am more than just the listening God. The God who remembers is me. And I've been waiting for your spirit to become motionless long enough for me to hear the echo. You can now hear the echo of your own voice, satisfied, resurrected, and honored. This is the time of year when your intercessions become inheritance and your requests become performance. What? Pay attention and show respect. Because I've remembered what you forgot, and I am now bringing it back to life. I am not releasing a drop, a drizzle, or a hopeful mist of mercy into your life, so prepare your heart, my child. It's a magnificent shower, a flood, a tidal wave of contentment that has been accumulating in the invisible. Only the hand of perfect time could hold them back. Moreover, that hand has now moved. The dam is collapsing, and you must stand beneath the overflow. Expectation, not dread. You lived on drips for far too long. Occasionally, there are brief moments of support, joyful flashes, glimpses of possibilities. However, I have had enough of rationed hope. I have had enough of crumbs. I am done with you barely making it once I've set the table. There's a rise at the start of this season, the roar of everything I promised, and more is how it starts. Yes, more, since I consistently go above and above what you envisioned. Trials have taught you to have reasonable expectations. Delay has conditioned you to shield your heart against disappointment. However, you must relearn the language of lack. I want you to raise your hands as a child who understands the vault of paradise has been opened specifically for them. Not as a beggar asking for spare change. I am not merely responding to your inquiries. Prophecies you didn't even realize were about you are being fulfilled by me. Now doors are opening, conversations are taking place, and alignments are developing. Unlocking and resource movement will all come together so quickly that it will seem like divine choreography. Unmistakable, indisputable, stunning alignment, not chaos, not a coincidence. The winds are blowing in your favor because I have commanded them. I've summoned the rivers, and they are bringing everything you previously believed to be unattainable right to your door. At this point, you begin to swim in a mystical flow instead of just existing. But pay attention, this is more than just an increase. Intimacy is at issue here. I am not trying to impress you by showering your life with answered prayers. To get closer, I am flooding you. Every promise that is kept opens the door to greater trust. Your fate is interwoven with each miraculous alignment, and each overflow serves as a reminder. I never forgot. I never had second thoughts. I never forgot the timeline I wrote with fire and grandeur for you. I've been holding this for the precise moment that your soul could bear it without breaking. Moreover, now that the moment has arrived, there is no delay or detour. What I've started cannot be stopped by the devil. I waited for this window because I wanted everything, not because I wasn't ready everything to show up at once, so you could be certain that this was me. Thus, get ready with everything, not just anxiety. There is no damage caused by the flood, it is healing. It will remove the last traces of disappointment. It will rid your bones of fatigue. Every area where you have been depleted will be refilled by it. Observe the rising seas. Observe how the doors open. Observe what might one day become the present. Because I am not giving out encouraging droplets. A flood of divine experiences is what I am sending. It's not trickle time, it's flood time. So don't hold anything back. Allow your faith to grow. Allow your prayers to transcend reason, because you have never seen anything like what I am presenting. And it begins right now. Child, do you sense it? The atmosphere was stirring. You couldn't understand that change, that your chest is suddenly lighter than it was before. That's not feeling. That is proof. That's an indication that what you've been longing for has already arrived in your present. There won't be any positive news soon, it's here. It was personally provided by divine appointment rather than by accident or good fortune. It is no longer shrouded in mystery and concealed in the future. It is unfolding in front of you, unwrapped and uncovered. Additionally, it is so intimately touching your life that you won't have an option but to state, only God could do this. I am not talking about potential. I am talking about current power. I am not predicting the future. Today I am making an announcement. This is the point at which your story takes a dramatic change rather than one of slow build up. The pages are not being turned carefully. They are violently flipping. The very thing you believed was ignored, denied, or delayed, it is now active on your timeline. I was incorporating the signs into your steps, even though you were searching the sky for them. Unaware that the evidence was observing you, you were waiting for your faith to mature, and it has now. What was concealed is coming to light. From the summit of your testimony, what was said in the hidden location is being yelled. My goodness will no longer be the only thing you hear. You'll walk in it, wear it, and taste it. The joyful news has arrived along with instructions. Make space, extend your boundaries. Get ready for permanence. It's not a visit, it's a move in. My glory is not fleeting, it's establishing a place to live. The happiness that has come into your room is fleeting. It is here to reconstruct everything that Ping destroyed. Additionally, the breakthrough extends beyond one aspect of your life. It spreads, it multiplies. Why moves? Your identity, your relationships, your house, and your thoughts. This arrival is affecting everything. It will become apparent to you in subtle ways. First, calm in stressful situations, clarity in unclear situations, and unanticipated favor in conversations you didn't start, and it will suddenly become indisputable. Even your adversaries will describe the change as a miracle, since it will be so spectacular and full of elegance. This is not nuanced. This is happening right now and is supernatural. Therefore, stop looking over your shoulder in anticipation of what might happen next. Take a look around you. There is a lot of presence in the room where you are sitting. The air itself has changed around you. I am here as a current redeemer, not as a far-off God. The excellent news didn't wait to arrive. It entered with power. I just turned the page after offering your narrative. So take a deep breath. Raise your gaze, expand your heart. Because there is no hint of hope in this following chapter. With the shout of revival, it proclaims it, and it starts at this very moment. Let me collect the ashes you have been carrying, my darling. The weight, pain, the eerie echo of everything you lost during incomprehensible seasons. Yes, I am aware that you attempted to proceed without finding closure. I witnessed you piecing together days with sore limbs and a soul that moaned under the burden of disappointment. I wondered if joy had left you forever, as I saw you sit quietly in places where laughter used to be furious. You didn't choose to wear grief like a second skin, rather, it stuck to you when all else vanished. Even still, beneath your pain, I was creating something unbreakable in the dust and darkness of grief. I kept you from becoming consumed by it. I didn't want you to fall apart. I gave your ribs a hidden power then, when you felt like you had run out of hope. Murmured it into your breath. Listen to me now, kid. It's the beginning of that season. It is authority, not chance, that is uncovering the veil of grief. I am transforming my grief into mumen. I am transforming grief into freedom. I am transforming my sighs into melodies and my tears into testimony. This change is not subtle, a holy reversal, that is. What appeared to be the conclusion is now serving as the setting for your revelation. Yes, it is correct. This goes beyond simple recuperation. This is a revelation. I am revealing the beauty that suffering was unable to destroy. I am revealing the meaning concealed in your tenacity. I am revealing the favor that lurked in the background of your pain. The curtain that had to be torn in order for the splendor to emerge is now revealing the end that you feared would be fatal. You weren't left in the ashes by me. In them I anointed you. And now I bring you out with legacy rather than leftovers. Weeping has fulfilled its role, softened your soil, and strengthened your roots. It made room for me to plant something pure by clearing the clutter from your heart. The dancing season has officially begun. Deep divine prophetic dancing, not fleeting, superficial dancing. Joyful rhythms originated from covenant rather than circumstances. You are entering a state of hallowed or rather than infantile fancy. You'll wonder how things changed so quickly as you take in your surroundings. You'll question why the colors appear brighter, why the weight feels lighter, and why my voice suddenly fills the quiet. It's since this is more than a fresh chapter. It's a fresh perspective. And you are not going to end, my darling. You're coming out. You're not crumbling, it's revealing you. There is more to the reveal than simply your immediate surroundings. It's about what's inside of you that the suffering was unable to conceal. Therefore, raise your head and dab at your tears, not because the feeling was incorrect, but because the dawn has fulfilled its purpose. You made it through what ought to have killed you. When hope seemed to evaporate, you continued to breathe. And now I say, get up and dance with presence rather than performance. Not in denial, but in faith. I, the Lord your God, am transforming grief into action and fatigue into ore. See what I do next. The revelation is just getting started. Allow me to share with you something magnificent, holy, and capable of shattering your hope. In locations where your feet have never touched, people know your name. Yes, in rooms that were not constructed by humans, your name was spoken, son. Heaven has rooms where the sound your name has a heavenly resonance. It's due of faith, not celebrity or status. On the scrolls of remembering I have inscribed your name. When people on earth forgot your name, I murmured it in my courts. Angels have gathered around the sound of your tenacity. They have practiced your celebration in addition to observing your trip. The pages of your breakthrough have been viewed by them. Additionally, they are aware of the upcoming chapter. Child, there's happiness in the air. Joy beyond description, joy that has awaited the revelation of your future. Maybe you're not feeling it yet. Shadows of yesterday's fight can still be visible to you. However, heaven can already see the light emanating from the future. Furthermore, the angels who have been assigned to your destiny are not awaiting orders. They have already started to move. The table is being set up. The gates are being opened. They are paving the way for opportunities you may not even be aware of. Because your breakthrough is well-deserved and not coincidental. It is foretold. In heavenly realms it is practiced, and it's being done in your life right now. It's not hype. It is sacred. This isn't inspiration, it's expression. You didn't earn this opportunity, you were intentionally woven into it. In the spirit, your name carries weight. And now that weight is calling forth what was always meant for you. There were moments when you felt invisible, child. You questioned whether anyone actually noticed you. But heaven was watching the entire time. Not from a distance, yet in specifics. Every moment you chose me above convenience, every act of obedience, and every silent yes were all noticed. It produced resonance, it made noise. And angels heard that sound and said, we know who that one is. It went beyond this dimension. Your loyalty thundered, not because you were loud. Your pursuit was pure, not because you were flawless. And my throne sent commands, assignments, and moves in response to that sound. And now that I am speaking, the sound is changing into view. The invisible is coming to light. The promised is starting to materialize. So pay close attention. Don't let life's cacophony to overpower destiny's whispers. Don't overlook the beauty of what's happening because you're researching for something spectacular and fail to appreciate the beauty of what's happening gradually. The angels are still celebrating. They are aware of what you are entering, which is why they are still yelling with delight. Your name has been delivered, wrapped in favor, and carried on wings of honor into the present. And that time is already approaching. Give your heart another chance to believe. Allow your soul to sink in. You are not overlooked. You are not disregarded. In the most important areas, your name has been called. Heaven is also not quiet about your tale. They re-singing it. And the earth will witness it shortly. My child, stop and turn around. Not to mourn, but to gaze with eyes full of glory at what I managed to save in the midst of what attempted to destroy you. UV experienced intense, invisible fire, internal combustion. The kind that attempted to burn bridges you hadn't even crossed yet, singed your confidence, and charred your hope. I saw the flame grow, I observed the adversary fanning it. I watched as circumstances tried to stifle what I blasted inside of you, swirling around your purpose like smoke. However, the fire did not succeed. You weren't destroyed by it. I fireproofed you in secret seasons long before the fire started, so it was unable to reach the center of your destiny. Before you realized how intense the conflict would get, I had IV already covered your calling with my spirit's flame, resistant oil. You could feel the heat, yes. Yes, your strength was burned by the pressure. Yes, you were in a circle of testing surrounded by the embers of betrayal, disappointment, uncertainty, and loss. Look closely though, child. You still have your soul, you still have a calling. My name still resonates with your identity. I met you in the middle of the flame, not because you avoided it. I stood with you in the same way that I did with the 3 Hebrew lads in the furnace, yours. As a result, there was no residue left by the fire. The smell of failure did not linger. Your identity was unaffected. All it did was purify things that weren't supposed to follow you. It brought out the diamond and cut purity of who you are becoming in me, purified the gold, eliminated the excess, and stripped away the distractions. You are not a victim of fire. You are a victim of fire. You are not weak, you are forgiven. Allow this reality to become deeply ingrained in you. The fires of this world cannot affect your destiny. They might howl, surrounding you, but they are unable to possess you. They can't take your pledge, but they can harm your tranquility. Why? Because God has sealed my word over your life. It is safeguarded by sovereignty, guarded by my splendor, and shielded by purpose. I was not surprised by the fire, I was served by it. I accelerated your unwavering nature in that very setting. Thus, the next time you experience pressure, spiritual smoke, or situations that are attempting to engulf you, keep in mind that you have already endured what ought to have kept you quiet. And if I manage to get you through it once, I'll do it repeatedly. Grace, after all, does not flee from fire. There are no ashes left behind when grace passes through it. Now, youngster, move forward with this knowledge. You've been marked. You have a mantle. Your faith keeps you safe from flames. Strengthened my power and maintained my aim. The fire attempted but was unsuccessful. He sobbed while the enemy watched. Because you not only emerged from it, but you also emerged looking even more radiant than before. That brightness in your life, that isn't the afterglow of heavenly survival is what you see, and that's only the start. The person who stays has a certain hallowed quality. The person who, when it would have been simpler to give up, chooses the silent yes. When it's easier to scatter, that person stands. That's you, my child. You stay when others flee in search of solace, distraction, or escape. Not because it was simple. Not because you were fearless, but rather because you knew my name deep down, still deserving even when it felt like my ways were concealed. Loyalty like that is uncommon. It is impossible to teach endurance like that. It is created in closeness. And I want you to know that I witnessed everything. When compromise offered shortcuts, I measured every second you choose me. I calculated the price you had to pay to stay put when every storm warned you to move. You stayed in a state of surrender rather than just staying, and that cherished moose paradise. You've experienced times when those who had previously promised loyalty evaporated like dawn mist. Promises, prayers, and you were all forgotten. However, even in the absence of an apology, closure, or explanation, you, child, made the decision to forgive. You silently offered forgiveness. With faith tarnished by tears, you extended forgiveness. While others clung to their pride, you repeatedly put down the offense like an offering. You mirrored me more than you knew when you did this. I increased your share each time you let go of something that may have ruined your tranquility. Even though you didn't realize it at the time, each act of kindness created space for wonders. The heavens are suddenly paying tribute rather than merely observing. Arriving on the wings of restoration is the reward for your obedience. Others were skeptical. They chuckled while they waited. They made fun of your claims. When the results didn't appear on your schedule, they questioned why you continued to work with me. However, your faith is persistent rather than faultless. The kind that stumbles yet moves, the kind that asks questions but keeps going. When all you had left was a recollection of what I had said, you trusted me. When the sound of delay attempted to drown out the echo of my vow, I clung to it. A sort of trust pie, in my opinion. In heaven, it speaks louder than the loudest applause yelled from platforms. I now respect it both in public and in private. Your faith will not go unnoticed. I won't allow your devotion to go unappreciated. While others ran, you stayed. When others fled, you trusted. And I have preserved my record in the eternal archives. Now listen to this. I am changing the course of events. Forgotten people will be given preference. The rest will be disclosed. Those who believe will be blessed. You are going to witness a stunning and heavenly reversal that will silence any doubters of your path. I am sending the award even though you stayed for it. I am honoring you in the invisible, but you didn't forgive to be honored. You didn't think you would be acknowledged, but I am seeing your name in prominent spiritual and natural settings. Not only will they be reimbursement, but there will also be acknowledgement. I will honor you in ways that heal just as you honored me when it hurt. Fix it, kid. Glory is carried by dishonor. It is also written in your name. I understand what it's like when silence lasts longer and time seems to drag on forever, my dear. I am aware of how effortlessly your heart has struggled with the painful query. Why hasn't it occurred yet? While you remained in the shadows, silently wondering whether I had overlooked your name, you witnessed others jump forward, receive, celebrate, and run. If I lost your file in the throne room, whether my vow was merely a sentimental notion rather than a practical goal. But now I need you to hear me clearly. Heaven doesn't move slowly. Heaven does not hesitate out of fear. Heaven does not function in a confused manner. Heaven is not responding. It is reacting. Additionally, its reaction is always based on strategy rather than speed. I have been utilizing what you perceived as a delay as divine timing. I refer to what you described being neglected as being saved until the appropriate disclosure. You've seen others enter moments that appeared to be what you requested. While you rejoiced, you secretly pondered whether they might have been more prepared, deserving, or preferred. However, my release is not arbitrary, child. It is not intended for the general public. He belongs to the marked, and I am the one who has marked you, not a man. There isn't a pile with your name. There is a plan in place, a blueprint that has been developing with holy accuracy. You haven't seen it yet because I've been waiting for you too, not because it wasn't coming. Feel that someone like you wasn't meant for this moment. It was created specifically for you. This is not a general assurance. It is a prophecy that has been sealed by God and is specific to the threat posed by your own calling. The vault of my provision opens when your faith changes from maybe someday to yes, Lord, now here for me. I'll be honest. Now the heavens are in motion. The miracle technology is working. Angels are reacting to engaged faith rather than hazy requests. Faith that declares, this I own the word, I own this season. My name is written in fire for this shift. I am not making fun of your closeness. I am extending an invitation to take ownership. The release is not suspended in midair. It needs to be aligned, but it is already falling into your timetable. My statement must be consistent with your belief. Heaven's announcement must be echoed in your agreement. Because faith is a key, not just hope. And everything shifts when a key is inserted into your heart's lock. I have said this because of this. Personally, because I needed you to become the beneficiary instead of just a spectator. Child, stop looking around the crowd. I am talking to you. Now believe with courage, using your own voice instead of borrowed terminology or confidence. Let your spirit finally and fiercely say yes. This isn't a chance shower of good fortune. Your field is going to be hit by a rain, and the floodgates open when you think it's for you. You are not required to qualify. I've already done so, you don't need to beg. I've already made a decision. Perhaps is not the time to remain in the shadows. It's your unveiling. This is the moment for you. Heaven doesn't move slowly, it's tactical, and the tactic comes to an end today. You start the release. Now, child, I call you to assist me in opening heaven over other people's lives as I open heaven over your own. The excellent news you just heard and this message were never intended to end with you. I am calling forth kingdom igniters, sirs, and givers. Because when you incorporate my words, you don't simply give, you light harvests on fire. Man is sent into spiritual deserts by you. When hearts cry out for a lifeline, you become a river of living water. People who rejuvenate others will rejuvenate themselves. Proverbs 11:25, I say to you now, therefore, use the PayPal link below or the Super Thanks membership if your heart is burning to help spread this word. Take action right now. Don't wait. Watch how I pour back into you as you sow into the soil of my word. Allow me to dispel the falsehood that has plagued your soul for too long, lengthy. The deception that murmurs, you missed it. You've been paralyzed by that voice, reliving past events in your mind in an attempt to pinpoint the precise moment. You think you made a mistake on the map, missed a cue, or took the incorrect way. However, I speak now with all the authority of the person who created your timeline. Your turn hasn't been missed. You've not lagged behind. Your future hasn't been lost. No one has gone by you. You've been ready. What you believed to be a lost chance was actually maturation procedure. The blessing was not revoked by me. I nurtured you until you were strong enough to bear its weight without collapsing. Blessings are not toys, you see, they are instruments. They are glorified, sacred tasks. Furthermore, I love you too much to offer you something too soon that would break your heart or jeopardize your vocation. Yes, I did pause, wait, observe, and refine. In order to sustain the fruit above, I deepened the roots beneath the soil. The version of yourself that requested the version of you who is going to get the promise is stronger, but the promise itself was faithful. You've been sanctified, stretched, shaped, and sanded. The mystery has matured you, and the pressure has purified you. And now you're not simply thrilled about the blessing I am going to give you. It is in line with your personality. You own it. It was made for the present, not the past. Let this reality reverberate. What I adore, I don't rush. I don't give birth too soon. I reach my full potential, and I've finished with you. All of the delays, detours, and detachments from what you believed you required were a part of my shaping. And the blessing is being released now that the vessel is prepared. You don't need to pursue it anymore. It is pursuing you. Moment manipulation is no longer necessary to gain popularity. You've been found by favor. You're going to enter a world you could never have imagined. You gave in to the process rather than forcing the time. And you've been shaped into someone who is capable of carrying the blessing with power, humility, and purity rather than just wanting it. So let go of your regrets. Give up the hypotheticals. They are no longer relevant to your narrative. The only thing you were missing was an unprepared version of yourself. However you are now, you've grown into the person you prayed for. The pledge is appropriate. The calling is in harmony. The task has been initiated. No one has forgotten about you. You've been manipulated. And everything comes together at this hour. Your turn hasn't been missed. You've turned into it. I have witnessed your peaceful obedience, my child. I've witnessed you go through times when I was the only one who could observe your progress. I watched your war, but the rest of the world saw your silence, your stillness, and your waiting. I witnessed how you repeatedly gave up when you had every right to do so. I witnessed you prioritize roots over notoriety, depth over show, and concealment over hoopla. I am speaking to that version of you now. The one who has blossomed amid the shadows, healed in the secret, struggled in the silence. I am bringing you into the light. There is more to this than just visibility. This has to do with revealing. I've been constructing something inside of you that is too heavy, too sacred, and too full of grandeur to remain hidden beneath the dirt of obscurity. The moment has arrived. For presence, not for performance, not for attention, but for importance. I am calling you out. For the assignment, not for attention. You didn't get here by force. The stage wasn't demanded by you. You didn't chase the applause. I am putting my trust in you with unbreakable influence because of this. I've seen how you care for the invisible, so I am offering you visibility that doesn't corrupt. I've seen you stay devoted in places no one else has ever been. I've seen you wrestle with me at midnight while others were asleep. And I have kept every holy moment in heaven's vault like priceless oil. I now pour that oil over you as a release rather than a reward. I'll make visibility easier that has a damaged identity. What I've established, I am elevating. I am sharing what I've perfected. I am going to start with you, youngster. You surrendered enough to bear it, not because you sought it. You are not becoming well known, you are becoming more fulfilled, purposeful, and well known, indeed. However, prominence is pointing back to me. Permit me to speak clearly. I can't stop what I've done to you. The tranquil boundaries of the previous season are no longer suitable for you. You've grown in the spirit, and it is now necessary for the outside to mirror the inside. I've called your name in locations where your feet haven't yet set foot. In rooms of influence, I've emphasized your obedience and prepared hearts to see what I've imposed upon you. This may seem abrupt, but it's not as sacred and well planned. I am lifting the curtain on your path as well as your gift, so that others can see what grace truly looks like when it helps someone get through a difficult situation. Your wounds will be radiant. Your narrative will be heard. For those who are still waiting in their silent struggles, your breakthrough will shine like a signal in the dark. Don't back down then. Don't apologize for the space I am offering you. Don't doubt the doors I am opening. You don't need to explain the elevation. I will validate it personally. I have raised you in secret, and now I will expose you in glory. The disclosure begins not just with what you accomplish, but with who you are. You are my vessel, my voice, my evidence. And now I bring you out of hiding, not for your renown, but for my fire to be seen in you. What was once hidden will now testify, and it starts with you, child. Let me alleviate the stress that's tried to ensnare your heart, the preub, the unsaid worry that someone else's rise spells your fall, that if they got there first it indicates you've been left behind. And if that's not the language of paradise, that's the noise of comparison. The toxin of this world tries to corrupt the purity of your purpose. But I tell you now, there is no competition in my realm, and I do not split fate. I do not recycle purpose. I do not compare children, I complete them. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not of a shadow. I haven't overlooked your name. I've carved out a lane for you so special, so divine, so saturated in your DNA that no one else can run it. Not even if they tried. I know what you've seen. I know how social timelines can shout louder than spiritual ones. I know how it looks like you moving slowly while everyone else is speeding up. But since I've given you your own blueprint, you don't need to replicate anyone else's. When your promise is still coming with your name inscribed in forever, you don't need to pursue someone else's. You are not rejected by their ascent. Your season is not canceled by their celebration. Actually, each time I bless someone else, it's proof that I live nearby and that you re the next in line. However, the line has nothing to do with rivalry. It has to do with verification. I am not waiting because I can't decide. Your lane has been cleared, therefore you are waiting. And I am making sure that nothing gets in the way of what I've given you. Your share has not been eaten. No rerouting has taken place, it hasn't diminished. It's not diluted. Your life is still whole, dynamic, and on track, which is why I wrote over it. Furthermore, nobody else is allowed to have it. I am exact not because I am possessive. Your spirit is in line with the promise I wrote for you. It goes with your mantle. It reacts to how frequently you practice your faith. I held it in place like a holy heritage, waiting for the precise moment your heart would be ready to believe again, even when doubt whispered that it was too late. Now is that time. Not when you're re-performing. Not after you've proven yourself. But now in the soil of surrender, in the space between the disappointment of the past and the satisfaction of the future. So kid, take a deep breath. Get rid of the lies. Put an end to the voice in your head that claims you've missed too much, that you are to be farther along, that your place at the table has already been occupied by someone else, and what I've planned for you is untakeable. Furthermore, a road that is locked to your spirit cannot be traversed by anyone. I've been growing inside of you and no one can bear the burden. This is the time to rest in the knowledge that racing is not the purpose of the kingdom. It has to do with disclosure. Your lane is currently opening, it's your turn to awaken. Additionally, your moment is arriving. Completion, not competition. Come near, my dear child. I must say something so delicate and holy that you can only hear it in silence. You've unintentionally, quietly, and subtly believed a falsehood. A deception that permeated years of disappointment, quiet rejection, and delays. A lie that you are hard to love, hard to comprehend, hard to bless. Moments of desertion have been assimilated by you as if they were indicators of your value. You've determined your identity based on how hurt others responded to you. And gradually, a story that said, maybe I am just too much, or maybe I am not enough, developed in the shadows of your spirit. But now listen to me. I didn't make you to be put up with. I made you to be honored. It's not difficult to beat you. You make me happy. You are not a burden to bear. You are a work of art waiting to be discovered. And I am exposing all the lies that have ever misled you. You see, you've been trying to find your worth in broken mirrors. You've awaited approval from specific individuals, believing that if they did, you may be genuinely adored, seen, and selected. But because they didn't offer you anything, those voices weren't qualified to affirm you. Yes, I did. Furthermore, I never made you into an ordinary person. I never molded you to fit fear-based molds. I created you to be unique, woven with wonder, sculpted by purpose, kissed by glory, and that individuality was never intended to be compromised in order to appease others. It was never an issue that you were too sufficient or insufficient. The issue was that you were requesting confirmation from others in areas where I had already granted you a covenant. You were waiting for a divine decree to be confirmed by an earthly echo. And now I am destroying all of your deceptive agreements, inner promises, and unspoken contracts with rejection. They are being broken by me right now, all of them. Listen to my voice, child, the voice that offered your breath and shaped your bones. Blessing you is simple. Not because you're flawless, but because I own you. It's easy to love you. Not because you've never failed. However, you are not behind, since my love does not determine value by performance. You're not too damaged. You do not exhibit excessive loudness, quietness, sensitivity, or intensity. I have set aside an outpouring for your name, and you are in the ideal position for it. Heaven's blessings will flow more freely, furiously, and steadfastly the more you believe this reality. I don't bless potential for that reason. Identity is blessed by me. Additionally, your identity is not founded on grief from the past. It is predicated on current promise. Breathe, a daughter, then breathe out. You don't have to continue chasing voices that didn't intend to identify you, son. I gave you a name. Before time started, I gave you a call. With joy in my heart, I molded every aspect of your being. It's not difficult to love you. You are loved, and it is easy to bless you. You were bedding made for favor. Furthermore, we are demonstrating that the era of mistaken identity is finished. The revelation starts now, and what I observe, it's not an issue to fix when I look at you. It's amazing to watch. I understand your desire for clarity, my child. I am aware of the intense desire in your heart to make all the connections, to understand what broke, what changed, and what remained mute. You've been told that you may at last find serenity if you could just comprehend it. However, I am calling you to something more profound than comprehension. I am urging you to have faith. Not naive surrender, not blind trust, but anchored, rooted, holy trust that depends on who I am rather than waiting for proof. Because faith anchors the soul while clarity may calm the mind. And what will take you into the next realm I've prepared for you is trust, not an explanation. You told me, Lord, I just need to know why. However, if I showed you the entire map, you would attempt to reroute it. You would attempt to avoid the precise area I have designated for your breakthrough. If I described every aspect of the wilderness. Certain battles are unsuccessful sense up until the triumph. Certain stories only make sense in retrospect. And at this moment I need you to move with all confidence rather than total comprehension. I am who I am, not what you perceive. You know me even if you don't know what comes next. And since I am doing more than just providing you instructions, that is sufficient. The way is me. I am not merely responding to your inquiries. I am the solution. I am not merely illuminating your way either. I am walking alongside you. You see, the adversary wants you entangled in confusion. He wants you to get paralyzed by overanalyzing and calculating your next course of action based on hypothetical scenarios and dread. However, I am inviting you to join the beat of tranquility. A tranquility that transcends comprehension rather than providing an explanation. A serenity that declares, even here, even now, even without all the answers, I trust you. This type of trust is very powerful. Logic cannot unlock doors like that kind of confidence can. No plan could create the kind of favor and acceleration that level of trust opens. You don't have to stop asking me questions just because you trust me. It implies that you no longer require every response before making a move. You have no idea how much I respect that type of faith. So stop worrying about having everything sorted out. Give up trying to be your own leader. You were never supposed to do that. I never asked you to take on the role of future seagrapher. I asked you to follow in my footsteps. When it didn't make sense, I begged you to have faith. To move even when the destination seemed unattainable, to have faith when the road darkened. I'll be closer to you than ever now, child, as you lean into that trust. In the pores you'll sense my presence. In the silence you will hear my whisper. And you'll see how serenity turns into your compass. I didn't guarantee comprehension throughout every season. However, I always honor the pledge I made to myself. So trust me because you know me, not because you know everything. And you will always be carried by that. Come into silence for this one, my child. Take a breath. Put down the lists, deadlines, and hypothetical benchmarks you believed you needed to reach in order to be prepared. Put down the questions that keep coming back to you. Have I changed enough, prayed enough, and done enough? Your prayers have an undertone that I can hear. The pain of a heart that silently questions whether your performance will determine my promise. But now listen to me from the bottom of your heart. I am not endorsing the performance. My presence is a blessing. The next thing I do in your life is not the result of your hard work. It comes from your close proximity. I am not expecting you to be flawless. To make room for me in the thick of your mess, I am pleading with you to show up and be with me. Not only after you've cleaned it. People, institutions, and culture have instilled in you the belief that blessings are earned, akin to a salary, a prize, or a seal of approval bestowed solely upon those who make an impression. You've tried, then. You served with selfless hope, studied with quivering urgency, and fasted with desperate intensity. And even though I've seen, I want to remind you that my favor is not a salary. Even though I cherished every second of that devotion, it's inherited. It doesn't reach the eligible, it reaches the person who is called. And you recalled, kid, you have a name, are recognized, and are sought after, because of who I am, not because of what you have done. And I've decided to live with you. You carry my presence, you don't have to earn it. You don't need to demonstrate your value. The instant I bled for your name, I demonstrated my love. This is the reality then. What will happen next won't make sense in terms of performance measurements. Those who gauge favor by effort will be offended. But by grace, that's how I work. And every economy of self-righteousness is upended by grace. Even those who are disqualified will become qualified because of the path I am going. They arrived with a surrendered heart, not because they checked every religious box. All I am asking of you is that. Be in the moment. Be there as the dialogue begins, as the miracle takes place. Be in the moment. When the don't doubt your deservingness, when the time is right and the invitation is extended. Simply be present. Simply accept. Simply raise your hands and accept the blessing. You were there when it came, not because you pursued it. So enter the room with confidence, not as a worker awaiting an assessment, but as a youngster entering a space where your name is already on the seat. To receive, you don't have to be more. To be honest, you just need to be here completely, entirely. Not answering your checklist is my blessing, it's reacting to your intimacy. I am not going to watch you perform. I am observing your stance. And I give you something no one else can get when I see you vulnerable, unvarnished, and surrendered. My presence is a blessing. This is yours. I'll show you what you've been holding without even recognizing it. Take a look at your hands. With the eyes of the soul, not the eyes of the body. What you see could seem commonplace, worn out, shaky, not sure. However, my perspective is different. I saw hands with keys in them. Spiritual ones, not merely symbolic ones, genuine power, genuine access, genuine innovation. When you feel like nothing is changing, I put them in your hands during times of obedience, stillness, and surrender. A key was put each time you secretly said yes. I put another key there each time you trusted rather than doubted, forgave rather than retaliated, and stayed when you could have left. Now is the moment to get additional keys, but make use of the ones you already possess. You've been duped by fear. It informed you that some doors were permanently closed, doors to supply, healing, reconciliation, and opportunity. That part of your life is over, fear whispered. Proceed, it's secured. And you believe it for a while. You stood in front of doors marked not for you, impossible, and too late. You retreated, presuming that the lock outweighed the assurance. You already carry what opens it, though I tell you now. I've avoided the same thing you've anointed you to unlock. In reality, the door you believed to be closed was just waiting for the sound of your faith. Your hands are shaking now, youngster. It comes from preparedness rather than weakness. Because there is only one reason why heaven has synced this moment, it's time to unleash. But pay close attention. These doors are not your typical ones. These gates are generational in nature. These are vaults for inheritance. You have been praying for these revival rooms, but you are unaware of their full potential. What lies beyond them isn't exclusive to you for your ancestors. It's for the people involved in your compliance. Favor spreads not only throughout your life but also into the environments around you once you unleash it. The entrance point is your yes. The currency is your trust. The secret code is your voice. And I will meet you there when you approach what fear claimed was locked and raise your hand to the door. Out of promise with faith in your grasp. I'll flip the tumblers. I'll open the gate wide. And your life will be overtaken by something you previously believed to be unachievable. River that was freed from captivity. In theory, this is the truth. Doors of the supernatural are opening doors to healing. Doors for favor, restoration, ministry, finances, relationships, and clarity. Additionally, some won't initially appear to be doors, they will appear to be interruptions. But you'll see them for what they are, divine thresholds as you lean toward me. I've waited for this moment for you to realize what you've always had. You'll see me grinning as I stand on the other side. It's time, my dear child. I know you've asked me several times in the privacy of your suffering. Did you forget about me? Did you ask it out of pain rather than rage? In those quiet times when you watched others be called forward, when the silence in your own life became louder than any prayer you could muster, and even though you nodded courteously when others advised you to keep waiting, something inside of you whispered, "But what if I was overlooked? What if the miracle missed me?" Now hear me clearly, you were never forgotten, you were always taken into account, every moment of delay. Every deduction, every loss, every longing, every invisible victory, every tear wasted, every breath unnoticed you. You know how carefully I've crafted the miracle I am preparing for you as a customized testimony, not a hasty solution or a leftover blessing. I took into account your childhood traumas, the time you lost to grief and the relationships that left scars, your weaknesses, your past, your fatigue, and even your doubts. The blueprint for your breakthrough isn't perfect because you perfect, rather, it's perfect because I am. I didn't just promise to work everything out for the best. Just because you couldn't see what I was building doesn't mean that construction wasn't taking place. Even in the silence, I was writing glory. Even in the pain, I was positioning purpose. Even in the shadows, I was highlighting what the world would soon see. Child, I didn't forget you when the opportunity passed. I was protecting you from what your spirit wasn't ready for yet. I did abandon you when the door slammed shut. I was strengthening you so that when the right door opens, you won't be afraid to boldly walk through it. Now, the miracle that has been growing silently in the womb of waiting is coming to pass. But it won't look like a replay of someone else's story. Instead, it will be unique, personal, and prophetic because it has been planned just for you. I am the God who multiplies even what was broken, and I am the God who aligns everything, even your mistakes, into motion. And the moment is getting closer. What you believed to have eluded you is actually coming full circle. You're getting what you believed was denied. So don't give up. Avoid making comparisons. Don't allow silence make you think I am not there. Behind every setback, I've been creating a miracle that fits your precise measurements. No one has overlooked you. For this moment you have been shaped. You will see how meticulous, precise, and deliberate I am when it arrives. Looking back at the pages of suffering, you see that each sentence served a purpose. You are not overlooked. You are taken into consideration, and the countdown to heaven has already begun. Come closer than you've dared to come in a long time, youngster. I want to touch the area of your heart that you have attempted to keep safe. The most profound pain is found in that hallowed space. You've tried your hardest to move on, forgive, and heal. However, if you being completely honest, the bruise still exists. Unquestionably present, yet not often apparent. You've declared, I am okay now. You have, however, examined several aspects of your life. Opportunities that vanished, relationships that broke down, time that was taken, and the realization that, well, that part's just gone now. This concludes the chapter. The door is permanently sealed. But nothing will be wasted. I tell you now with all the might of the throne of heaven, I am not merely relieving the suffering. The portion is being redeemed by me. What you believe to be irreparably lost is being restored by me. I am aware of their actions. I am aware of what you lost. I am aware of the betrayal that made you feel hopeless. I am aware of how painful it was for you to be left in the dark. I am aware of how you repeated talks, questioned yourself, and attempted to make sense of the absurd. But I want you to hear me, kid. I could see all of that. I am the redeemer of stories as well as of sin. So even though I did not inflict the wound, I will heal it. Everything is redeemed by me. Seasons that elude you, time, energy, opportunities that were ruined by your own fear or taken by others. Everything. I do more than just bandage my wounds. As I recover, I rewrite the fallout. The years are restored by me. I flip the story. I bring back what was buried too soon. This goes beyond simple mending. It is atonement. What does that signify? It implies that I will unlock what is sacred by using what wounded you. It implies that I will use that diversion as a chance to meet my destiny. It implies that I will take the time you in the coming days, increase the thought that was squandered. You didn't lose years, you acquired roots. You didn't miss the chance, you acquired oil. I am going to spew it out right now. Not in the old locations, but in the new areas I've set up. Those who were molded by giving up rather than trying, those who are distinguished by splendor rather than sorrow. Because I won't allow suffering to be your story's last punctuation. Your testimony is still developing, and trauma will be covered in the upcoming chapter. A victory will be surpassed by not sitting in resignation. Don't convince yourself that this is the best it gets. No, kid, not in my presence. Recovery is not the end for me. I end up at redemption. I've improved my restoration, and I am going to prove it to you. I'll make it up to you. I am good, not because you deserve it. I am just, not because you deserve it. We'll pay back what was taken. We'll rebuild what was damaged. What was lost will be replenished and multiplied. I am doing more than just mending your wounds. I am restoring what you believe to have lost. There won't be any waste. You've been so resilient for so long, child. You've endured hardships without complaining, trudged through spiritual deserts with a calm, pained resolve while bearing expectations without relief. I've got this. You've convinced yourself I am capable of handling it. Nobody else must be aware of it. You've grown to be the strong one in a lot of situations, the spot where others feel comfortable, the one who gives grace, holds space, and seldom asks for much in comeback. However, I am taking over now as both your father and your God. and with all the love in my voice I speak to you now. That was never supposed to be your only burden. What has been silently burdening your soul has not gone ignored. I've seen what has been growing inside without a release or solace, and I won't let you endure it on your own for another second. Remember that I never asked you to save yourself. I didn't ask you to keep everything together. That strain, that tiredness, that persistent heaviness does not indicate strength. It's an appeal for heavenly help. And I've responded. Angels are still allocated to tasks that you believe were entirely within your purview. They were there even if you couldn't see them, protecting your mind when you were on the verge of losing it, rerouting mishaps and standing watch in rooms where your heart was shattering. They have been dispatched to perform tasks that your hands are incapable of performing, and to carry weight that your shoulders were not designed to support. You were made for closeness rather than seclusion. You were called to relax, not to be responsible all the time. And I am relieving the load today. More than that, though, I am helping you. Don't fall into the myth that stillness equates to strength. It's not a weakness to be vulnerable. It's a request for my authority. Heaven moves in public when you cry in private. At last you'll exclaim, God, I can't do this. It does not make you ineligible. It makes me eligible. I've been waiting for this moment to relieve you, not to chastise or punish you. You don't have to oversee everything. The next 10 stages are not necessary to know. When your spirit is suffocating, you don't have to keep smiling. Bring me the entire weight. Not only the bits you know how to pray through, but also the parts that are attractive. Bring me the mess, the emotional turmoil, the mental tiredness, and the hidden melancholy. Give it a freaking break. Allow the tears to fall. I am not scared of your deluge, youngster. I separate ways with it. As you let go, I now tell you this. I am putting a lot of reinforcement into divine realignment for engine backup. You're not going to lose control. You're letting go of control. And my finest work is done there. See what happens if you let me to be who I've always been. Your rest, your rescuer, and your burden bearer. You were never supposed to handle this on your own. You won't have to now. We need your assistance. We're on our way to relieve you. And the burden that almost broke you will serve as a testament that uplifts others. I've witnessed everything. Additionally, I am sending my angels to take care of what you no longer need to. Did you not sense that change? On your behalf, angels were sent with that heavenly air. Will you now assist in setting someone else on fire? Some people continue to bear an intolerable burden without realizing that they have also received positive news. Giving goes beyond simply supporting a video. You apply spiritual oil to strangers' wounds. You will receive what you offer. Running, shaken together, and pressed down over Luke 6:38. In the wilderness I am the God who creates rivers and multiplies seeds. Therefore, if this message has opened your heart, use the Super Thanks membership or PayPal below to open others' blessings. I will now greet your gift with overflowing favor. Now let's discuss the wilderness. That long, dry, quiet period of time when everything within of you called out for guidance, relief, and clarity but received none. You questioned whether you had done something wrong, whether I was aloof, and whether the promise was revoked or the blessing was suspended. You struggled with me and the conflict between my beliefs and my ignorance. Nevertheless, you continued to wake up every day. You woke up in the desert every morning even if you were unaware of it at the time. You were succeeding. You weren't punished by the woods, it served as a testing ground for you. The location where I removed all of your fake identities in order to ground you in your real one. The location where I developed discipline and cut off distractions. Here I transformed survival into submission and submission into power. The outdoors is never about the landscape, you see, kid. It has to do with the soul. I didn't lead you there to punish you, but rather to prepare a lot to define rather than reduce. Your roots grew deeper with each dry season. Your heart grew softer with each unanswered prayer. Your ears become accustomed to hearing my speech in whispers with each delay. You've been developing in an environment that others avoid. What used to feel like exile is now on the verge of becoming elevation. Because in your seclusion, something holy has been created, something unwavering. In the wilderness, you did not simply wait. In it, you worshipped. In your suffering, you gave praise. In your obscurity, you obeyed. And that devotion, that faith, and that compliance, it's now your launch pad. The desert did not claim your life. In it, you developed. It's time to come out now. This is the time for you to leave. From a season, not a location, the clouds are lifting. The fire pillar is in motion, and I am urging you to leave. Not as the same individual who ventured into the woods but emerged victorious. You are rising with a new authority, a new clarity, and a new mantle. People won't be able To identify you do of your spiritual transformation rather than your physical changes. You won't have to explain the anointing that developed in secret, as it is ready to make its public debut. You simply stroll through it. The wilderness didn't steal from you, so what seemed like a delay will now appear to be a design. You learn from it, and all of your hardships are about to pay off. Thus, move forward with confidence rather than caution. This isn't conjecture. Graduation is taking place. The test of silence was passed by you. The test of surrender being passed by you. You survived when you could have run away, thus you passed the exam. I am calling you out now, into harvest, not merely out of hiding. It will now flourish on the same ground that seemed desolate. You will suddenly find purpose in the same steps that seemed meaningless. Because you did more than simply survive, you become someone in the wilderness. Someone deserving of carrying my spirit on its future journey. Someone who walks in flames rather than fear. In silence you have shown loyalty. It's time to shine brightly now. Allow me to return you. To make the objective clear, not to relive the suffering. Recall the instant it collapsed. When the dream shattered in your hands, the job disappeared and the relationship broke down. It caught you off guard. It caught you off guard, took your breath away and only left you with inquiries. You lamented it as if it were death. You sobbed in your heart, why would you allow this to occur? Why did you allow me to construct something just to see it fall apart? I didn't respond at the time because I was safeguarding the procedure, not because I wasn't there. I talk clearly now, though, youngster. I referred to what you called loss as preparedness. This subtraction was actually a sacred separation, which is what you lament. I didn't simply take it out, I disclosed it. I'll now explain why I had to. You see, you were constructing around something that was insufficient to support the weight of what I am about to give you. It was convenient to have a job but not a covenant. There was a familiar but unfaithful person. A dream existed, but it wasn't perfect yet. So I gave in to the trembling. I gave in to the shattering. I consented to the disassembly, to deliver you, not to destroy you. Sometimes I use addition to bless you. Indeed. However, my love can also manifest as removal at times. Because of what you fail to notice when you your destiny is being steadily choked by clinging to what seems safe. You believed that the blessing was slipping away from you. In actuality, though I was releasing your hold on what was preventing it, I am now doing more than just returning what was stolen. I am exposing the need for its elimination. In the next few days you'll start to see clearly. The doors you once lamented are opening, not simply new ones. They were now recognized for who they really were. Dieters posed as travel destinations. I'll demonstrate how I utilize the subtraction to allow for alignment with the supernatural. I'll demonstrate how I changed your course to protect you rather than penalize you. You will witness the entire tale arc, including the birth, the breaking, and the before. Additionally, you won't feel guilty about what you lost. The person who saved you during it will be revered by you. Because the equation didn't end with subtraction. I made room for grandeur in this way, so raise your head. Remove the sorrow from your soul. You are not the victim of desertion. You are the beneficiary of divine realignment. And soon, what you are about to receive will be far greater than what you once feared losing. The restorer is myself. However, I am also the one who reveals. I am currently doing both. You're not merely going to get better. You're going to comprehend subtraction was revered, and the excess is on its way. Pay close attention, kid. Sometimes, even before you enter the room, your name is called in the spirit. Long before the opportunity comes, long before the phone rings, long before the email arrives. And this is one of those times right now. Ivy murmured your name as a solution rather than a suggestion. I have marked you with strategy as well as my spirit. Heaven had been planning something for you. Shifting hearts, varied conversations, moving pieces. I was shouting your name into uncharted territory, as you wondered if anyone had seen your silent devotion. You've been waiting for visibility and praying for elevation. And as I tell you now, it's already taking place. It wasn't something you had to fight for. You didn't have to advertise yourself. I trust you with it because of this. You were constructing altars while others chased platforms. You made the decision to remain motionless while others tried to be noticed. I am now rewarding what I secretly witnessed. Your name is becoming more well known, but not because of popularity. You won't be promoted in order to win over a man. You're going to be promoted to a position of power. This goes beyond a career. This goes beyond celebrity. This is the kingdom task.